right to freedom from all forms of violence important to women and girls?
Experiencing violence is a violation of our human rights, our dignity, and our ability to be humans.
Development cannot really take place without freedom of women and girls, because women and girls are fundamental in the development agenda of their country, their community, their family, and also the international world. So if, for instance, as a woman, I am raped or I am battered or I am it affects me. It affects me physically, it affects me psychologically.
I believe that women have been suppressed for years now, and I think it's important for them to be free from all the violence that they face at all levels and in all structures of the society. I mean, the world is progressing, human rights are progressing, and so women should progress. Women's rights should progress and violence should end.
Because it gives choice and it gives women and girls control over themselves instead of state or non-state actors putting control in place.
Why is the right to have children important to women and girls?
Because they come from their bodies. So if I am giving a birth to a child, I should have the right to decide something that's happening or growing out of my body.
I think motherhood is a huge responsibility, and people really need to understand what they are signing themselves in for. You know, it's not every woman that has a maternal instinct. So I don't know. They should have the freedom to make the choice of either to have a child or not. Nobody has that right to impose it on you.
Because without the children, without the women, I don't know how will be the world. And then the right to have children is so important because the children are the future of tomorrow. Without children, there is no nation. Without children, there's no future.
Because that's a choice about our own bodies. Some women want to have children, some women don't want to have children. But all women should be allowed to make that choice. All women should be able to choose who they wish to have sex with, to choose what kind of birth control they want to have and be educated on their birth controls. And they should choose whether they want to keep their child.
Why is the right to work and study important to women and girls?
It's important for us to be able to contribute our time, our energy, and our perspectives in the workforce.
To me, it is important because of the inequalities that exist in our families, that exist in our communities, and that exist in the world. Women who are not economically empowered are at a higher risk of suffering from domestic violence. For instance, you have the brains, you have the hands, you have the ability, you have what it takes to make it in life, like be economically empowered. You know, I know there are some barriers, but irrespective of that, we need to encourage women.
So I think it's very important for women empowerment, and we have to educate the new generation. It's very easy to get a girl child drop out from school versus a boy child, and I think hence it's very important to empower them, educate them, let them be free, let them choose their paths and careers, and have more decisions to make. And look what education does to women like you and me. It makes us these feminists who then wants to fight for many more women.
What do the words human rights for women and girls mean to you?
That means strength. That means power. That means being able to have our voice at an international table and therefore be considered.
What it basically breaks down to for me is that to have the ability to not have my body violated, to have the ability to have access to education and health care, to employment, to religions, that if I choose to do certain practices.
Human rights to me are rights given to human beings because of their humanness. So human rights of women and girls are the rights that are given to them because of their humanness. For instance, you talk about right to life, you talk about right to health, you talk about right to education, you talk about right to a safe reproductive health. I mean, all these things are very fundamental for the human being.
It basically means to me that I'm human. I have rights that needs to be respected. Yeah, and I need to exercise that right. And if I see anyone that is trying to prevent me from enjoying that right, I know the steps to take to be able to make sure that right hasn't been infringed upon, and even if it has, where to go to.
Human rights for women and girls is an acknowledgement that women indeed have the right, basic rights to shelter, basic rights to dignity, respect, all these things that allow a woman and a girl to excel in society.
That means first, security for women, dignity for women, respect for women, to fulfill all kinds of human rights for women, to break the gap between gender balance and all kind of discrimination against women and girls.
Oh, it means empowerment, it means strength, it means breaking the chain, it means questioning all the existing structures, it means going forward, moving forward, and it means, most importantly, doing it together.